Hello and welcome to More Talks. I am WC Moore. This is a video of Kamala Harris talking about climate change on October the 18th, 2021.
Congressman Titus, thank you for the warm welcome and for your many years of leadership on this issue in the United States Congress. Congressman Horsford, you so eloquently talked about the intergenerational impact of this issue and will continue to be an intergenerational impact, and I've spent time with you in your district and know of your longstanding leadership on this issue even before you entered Congress. And Congresswoman Lee, thank you for the warm welcome to your district and for your leadership and the invitation to join you here today. So this is a fundamental issue, which is the issue of water, literally the issue of water. As the Congress members have mentioned, every living thing depends and requires on water and its existence and its prevalence. And what we are seeing in this nation and around the world is that this climate crisis, fueled by, in many, if not most ways, by human behaviors, has resulted in the moment where we're looking at this beautiful American landmark, the product of a lot of thought over generations about how we can supply, in particular, the states of Nevada, Arizona, California, and including Mexico, with the water that 25 million people rely on. This is such a fundamental issue. And so when we talk about the Build Back Better agenda, it is an agenda. Let's break it down. What is Build Back Better? What is the Build Back Better agenda?
Hopefully, she's going to actually tell us. I've been asking for countless videos what it is. Let's see what she says it is.
It's about climate.
I thought Build Back Better was all about infrastructure.
It's about families. And it's about jobs.
There's plenty of jobs available. No one wants to take them.
And it's about health. And all of these issues are present when we look at the issues that are impacting Lake Mead as an example of what is happening around the country. Not to mention the fact that right now, all the western states, 90% of the western states are facing some level of drought.
Okay, 90% of the western states. Is it only the western states that are facing drought? California, that could be a video in its own. California have a lot of issues that they refuse to look at, and so it's their own. Half of the drought is their own issue, just like half the wildfires. Now, most of the West is run by Democrats, so are the issues in California the same issues in the rest? If it is, then you have to blame Democrats. If not, then let's look at the issues of why these people cannot build reservoirs and preserve water in these reservoirs.
So when we look at what's happening here, we know this is about this lake, but it is about a region and it is about our nation. The Build Back Better agenda is thoughtful and foresightful, and it really is transformational in the way it will address these issues.
Transformational, as in Obama, we have to transform the country, or just transformational, as in a different way to do what we've already been doing.
So on the issue of the drought, the infrastructure, the bipartisan infrastructure deal, combined with the Build Back Better agenda, is about what we need to do to invest in things like water recycling and reuse, what we can do in terms of water desalination, what we can do in terms of implementation of drought contingency plans. This is about thinking ahead, recognizing where we are and where we're headed. If we don't address these issues with a sense of urgency,
Water recycling, that's a good idea. We can recycle things.
understanding this is literally about life. On the issue of jobs, the bipartisan infrastructure deal, as was mentioned during our tour, will be about good union jobs.
Why are the Democrats so insistent on unions, apart from for more voters? Why does everything have to be good union jobs? Why can't it be just good jobs? There is 10 million vacancies for work available now. So there should not be any unemployed people.
Work that needs to be done to help us build up resiliency, adaptation, and also combat the climate crisis. That's about the jobs that are about pipe fitters, electricians, plumbers. These are good union jobs that are about restoring our basic infrastructure.
They're good jobs, but again, why do you keep on pushing the word union? That is saying Democrat voting jobs. Unions, in their day, the unions have been great for the workforce. But now I don't see a need for them.
Upon which we rely for these fundamental needs. On the issue of climate, well, the Build Back Better agenda will help us tackle the climate crisis with investments in clean energy and electric vehicles.
Again, the cleanest energy is nuclear. They have not mentioned nuclear one time ever.
And so we can reduce emissions. And why do we need to reduce emissions? Because that is part of what is contributing to these drought conditions. So
I mean, I don't agree with that, but you can't just make everyone go electric if there's nowhere to charge your electric car. And again, electric is battery. Battery comes from electricity, and electricity comes from oil and coal. So again, get a few nuclear power plants, show people that you mean business, drop regulations so Elon Musk can build more electric cars. The more cars you build, the cheaper they'll be, and then gas stations will want electric charging stations. Restaurants will want electric charging stations if there's more people driving electric cars. It can happen slowly over time, and you don't need government assistance to do all this.
this is the work that we are talking about with these two bills that are before Congress. And it is critical that we as a nation understand that we have within our hands, within our possession, the ability to actually change the course of where we're headed.
Again, with these bills, drop paying journalists, drop the IRS investigating anyone who takes more than $600 or adds more than $600 to their bank accounts. Take all this garbage out. All this spying on us, all this, we need control of your life. Take all this garbage out.
Just look out at this lake. Look at where the water has receded.
It's the summer. Come back in the winter and it'll be risen again.
Over just the last 20 years. That space is larger than the height of the Statue of Liberty in just the last 20 years. This is where we're headed.
Now, she may be telling the truth. I doubt it because she's a politician, but she may be telling the truth. And if so, then you have to figure out when it rains, where the water's going, or why it's not going to that lake.
So let's take on a sense of responsibility with a sense of urgency and do something about this
Why is everything with the Biden administration urgency and speed? We need to think about it and make sure it's done right.
in a way that is about satisfying basic needs, which in this case right here is 25 million people who are served by what happens at Lake Mead.
And if the lake does go away, those 25 million people can't move.
Not to mention what we can do that is about future generations. So let's get these bills passed. Let's understand that right now we have a moment where we have the ability to actually benefit future generations and be transformational.
Again, I hate the way that her and Biden keep on bringing up the word transformational. Obama did the same thing. Transform our history, transform our country. If you're supporting this country, which you say you think is so great, why are you trying to transform it?
In a way that will not only be about life, but about this beautiful planet and beautiful places like Lake Mead. Thank you.
And again, talking about these bills, take the garbage out of it. take the pork out of the bills. If you want infrastructure bill, do an infrastructure bill that's just about infrastructure. If you really do want a global warming bill, do a global warming bill that's just about global warming. Don't do these bills that have 50 million different things in and you hide extra things inside them as well.
Thank you all.